whiskey industry is going to have to change.
We're just going to have to get bigger bottles.
That's right.
If you wanted to go use that same thought process, don't we all call it a sixth of something?
Now, for those that really think, I love that romantic approach of the 18 shots of whiskey in a bottle. But remember, it was just coincidental. Golf, the Open, was played for the first years in Prestwick with 12 holes.
Yeah, that's true.
And some holes were 20. Some golf courses were 22 holes. And we're talking about 300, 500 years ago.
Right.
Some holes were 6, some holes were 12, some holes were St. Andrews, the old course, was 22. The only reason why it came down to 18 was because they needed space for their clubhouse. So their last 4 holes, the last 2 holes, they were just erased. And the other 2, they were connected to what's now hole 1 and 18. And it's just pure coincidence. Now the norm became the old course, and that's why we have 18. But that was it. So let me go back to the butterfly effect, because it gets better. You were always in a master plan community. You always have the 18 holes. Yes, the 3 sets of 6. But that means that the other 6 you always have for corporate outings, for private, maybe just to keep, the Prime membership. You're always going to have your Prime, one of the sets open up for you, and just, if you want to go private or super private. So it has a lot of angles. And what we're doing in Desertica, and I know you're going to mention my dear friend and now partner, Brandel Chamblee, what we're doing in Desertica, which is in the north of Mexico, where we started this, or are doing this butterfly effect, is that one of the 6 holes is going to be designed perfectly and exactly for the LPGA players, for the ladies tour players, with their shot values, with their dispersion cones, with their distance and everything. So we also want to create one of the 6s, a perfect challenge for the ladies championship tour.
In fact, yesterday I just finished. I was up at French Lick for the senior LPGA championship. They played on a Pete Dye course up there.
Nice.
Probably one of the most difficult Pete Dye courses in the country. It was great. But I can see, because those women are just phenomenal. Yeah.
They are, but they play on men's courses.
Right. So
that usually means, and this comes from Brandel Chamblee, who is just a mastermind in analytics and stats. So when you hear him speak about the dispersion cones, or not being able for them to reach par 5s and 2 with a good angle of attack, that's where we have the problem. It's not necessarily on the tee shot. It's on the second shots and the approach shots, long approach shots, where they don't have a chance because they have to come in on a different angle of approach.
And we will talk more in depth about your working with Brandel Chamblee and some of the things that got you involved in golf to begin with. Because like you said, you're trained as a vertical architect, and this ain't building skyscrapers, man. It's way different than that. And we'll talk about a whole lot of other stuff that comes to us too when we come right back. We are the Approach Show. We need you to hang with us.
When it comes to thinning hair, sadly, I'm a bit of an expert. Hey, it's Neil Michaels, and I'm here to tell you about Nutrafol. Nutrafol is clinically shown to improve hair growth, thickness, and visible scalp coverage without compromise. Its 21 potent natural ingredients also support sex drive, better sleep, and less stress. Not bad, huh? Nutrafol is the hair supplement that goes beyond genetics to target stress, hormones, nutrition, metabolism, and environmental factors, all of which might be impacting your hair growth. Guys, in a clinical study, men showed progressive improvement in hair growth and thickness after just 3 and 6 months. Nutrafol is also trusted and recommended by over 1,500 top doctors. You too can grow thicker, healthier hair and support our show by going to Nutrafol.com and entering the promo code APPROACH to save $15 off your first month subscription. That's the best offer anywhere, and it's only available to U.S. customers for a limited time. Plus, free shipping on every order. Get $15 off at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code APPROACH.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Message and data rates may apply.
Men, want to feel younger, stronger, leaner? You don't have to slow down after 40. Frank Thomas found the secret to staying in shape with the energy and drive of his 20s.
Man, you look like you could still hit it a mile.
I feel great, too.
What gives?
After 40, men slow down. It's harder to stay in shape.
Why?
Our free testosterone levels drop. It happened to me, and then I found Nugenix Total T.
New Nugenix Total T is our most powerful man-boosting formula ever because it boosts your free testosterone and your total testosterone. Nugenix Total T helps provide even more energy, performance, testosterone, and muscle-boosting ingredients for even better results. To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text GRIT to 321321. Samples are not available in stores.
Well, wait. When are you going to do something about it now?
I got to try Nugenix Total T.
Text GRIT to 321321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. That's GRIT to 321321.
And thanks for coming back. I'm John Ashton. Neil Michaels, you're there, ready to go. Augustin Piza. I got to get it right. That's the official name. We call him Augie. All his friends call him Augie. So we're being friends. We're not being disrespectful. But he is one of the best golf architects currently working in the world today, and is doing a lot of stuff. We mentioned the total original idea he had with the whole butterfly effect, the 6x4 or 4x6, however you want to put that out there. I own a Jeep 4x4. I understand. Other than that, I get confused.
It's not the same, John. It's not the same. And please don't take your Jeep on his golf course. You can find all of Augie's information and his background and what he's doing now on PizaGolf.com. That's PIZA golf.com. Mm-hmm. And he's a neighbor of mine. You just opened a office here in San Diego with the idea that not only are you able to get in and out of Mexico, where you do an awful lot of work, but you're also about 15 or 20 minutes south of Carlsbad, where Callaway and a lot of others are housed. So it's nice to have you as a neighbor, and tell us a little bit more about the fact that you've opened an office here, because it's your second.
Yes, thank you very much. I've opened in 2006 in Puerto Vallarta. We opened Piza Golf, where I had the courage to open Piza Golf, and my first client was Punta Mita, which is a fabulous place. The only resort in the world that has Four Seasons and the St. Regis in the same property. Wow. And they were ready to do their second golf course with Jack Nicklaus, a second Jack Nicklaus signature, now called Bahia. There's Pacifico and Bahia. Pacifico is the famous one that has the par 3 in the ocean, the only par 3 natural island green in the ocean. So they were our first clients as a project manager. I wasn't there as an architect. I was there as a project manager. My first years when I started my career, we spoke about this. I'm a Paragon guy. So my first job, what was it, 98? My first job was working for Jack Nicklaus in his construction company in Paragon, doing Palmilla and El Dorado in Cabo. So coming first full circle, in 2006, my first gig was working with Jack Nicklaus and his team at Punta Mita. So we took care of all the quality control, some of the design coordination, and everything, and obviously taking care of the monies for our client. So it came full circle. It was fantastic, and that's how Piza Golf started. Now, 15 years, we are celebrating our 15th anniversary this year.
Congratulations!
Thank you, appreciate it. I saw a little bit of a window to broaden our market. Usually is, and it is. Even though I personally have worked in Europe, I've worked in the States. I worked for Robert Von Hagee in Houston, a great talent, great strategic architect, whom I learned a lot from. But our market usually Latin America. We've worked in Brazil. We worked in Rio de Janeiro. We worked in Colombia. We've worked in Ecuador, we worked in Costa Rica, and of course, Mexico. Well, with our, 3 years ago, 2018, 2019, 2020, we have gotten, luckily, very good reviews of media and interest, like what we're doing right now, which I appreciate it very much, all this time and exposure that you invite me to do, because of our concepts. We think different. We don't just say that we think outside the box. We do outside the box, which is a different thing. I know it sounds could sound ridiculous, but it's different to do outside the box than to just think and say that you think outside the box.
You don't even have a box.
I love that. I'm going to use that one, John.
Feel free. Augie, how did this?
You don't even have a box.
How did this collaboration with Brandel Chamblee come about? Did he contact you and say you got great ideas, or did you go to him, or what happened?
That has to do a lot with what was happening the last three years of getting a little bit of a lot of media attention, especially with our concepts like wellness golf, etc. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, we get these interviews, and they're looking at the work that we've done with Jack Nicklaus, with Gary Player at Costa Baja, now El Cortez. We just finished Maravilla Twin Dolphin with Fred Couples. So we were involved in the construction. All of a sudden, they're like, wow, you've done all this. You have a great resume. You have these designs in Tampico, Huatulco, that they've won awards. And now you're creating these concepts for the non-golfer. That's how it started. I just wanted to create golf for the non-golfer. Why would I preach to the choir if we can just go for the non-golfer and open this up and really grow the game? That's how wellness golf at Chamblee started. That's how multi-purpose golf at Costa Baja and other places started. And you've probably seen the pit, the golf lounge that we have with the fire pit in the middle of the revetted bunker. And all that was imported from Scotland and from England, from the UK. We brought a specialist to do the revetted bunker from the UK here in Mexico City. So we love to create all of this, and we love quality of work. And I think that has resonated into what now you're asking me. I met Brandel Chamblee, maybe 4 years ago at the Golf Channel in Orlando. First, I met Matt Janella a few years back, and then I called up Matt and said, "Hey, I'm here at the golf show. Would you like to have some lunch?" "Oh, yeah, let's do lunch. Come by the studio. I'll show you around." So that's how I met Brandel Chamblee when he was doing the morning show.
Right.
And we were in touch, social media. "Hey, how you doing?" That's it. Probably a year and a half ago, we're kind of like, "Hey, Brandel, how you doing? I would love to show you my work." And Brandel, gets back to me. He's very, I don't know if you've met him, but he's so kind. He's a sweetheart. He just answers right back, says, "Augie, are you kidding me? I follow you. I've seen your work. I love it." And
great.
And I'm like, "Well, I wanted to talk to you about something, because I know you're gonna, become a great compliment because of everything that you bring with the analytics and the let's say the left side of the brain, and I'm the right side of the brain, and together we have a perfect design swing." It's kind of like all the analytics on this side. I when I speak to him and when I listen to him, I'm like, wow, this is great. Now I think he pushes me, and he's a studious guy. He pushes me to be a better myself, better architect, and I love that. And he has a lot of respect for golf architecture. Yeah. So I love that about this, and I think we're taking it little by little, but we are creating, and I think we will create some special things together.
Getting back to your project you're working on currently with Brandel Chamblee.
Desertica.
When he's talking about the 6 holes designed specifically for the women's tour, without casting aspersions on the majority of male golfers, we play more like the professional women do than we do the professional men. So a course designed for professional women would really be better suited for the average amateur golfer, wouldn't it?
You hit it right in the nail, John. Yes. A perfect, balanced, strategically, aesthetically, with heroic holes, with strategic holes, with Pinot holes, a very good golf course for, let's say, LPGA. Yes, it is a fantastic track for a good male golfer or a very good male golfer. Because the ladies are very good now. So they're like, holy moly. Yes. So